Welcome back to mantalk.ke. This is episode 9. It's a bonus episode. Thank you so much for the love on the last one. We're glad you enjoyed the conversations with me, Oscar, and Steve. And going into this episode, we can't start without having a lot of gratitude for the 10K subscribers on YouTube. That's huge. It's massive, and the number is, for us, it's a big, big milestone. So thank you for everyone that's plugged into Mantalk, that shared it. We really do appreciate you. Today's topic is again sponsored by Jinsamin. They're all about taking charge, and the topic they've chosen us to cover today is one that it's on the back of the conversation last week. It's very, very fitting. It's all about structuring your life and me time. That's what we're going to be getting into now. So thank you, Jinsamin, for the topic suggestion. They're all about vitality and having energy throughout the day, and I think this topic definitely relates to that. So let's jump into me time. Me time. I think we can kick it off with what me time. Oh, how are you, by the way? Before I
the boy was talking about Jinsamin completely. Have you had your Jinsamin this morning?
I actually did.
Yeah,
with breakfast.
With breakfast. Yeah, with breakfast.
Yes.
I'm your co-host Oscar Kome. I'm happy to start this episode. As you can tell, Eli is very excited about Jinsamin.
Of course.
It's a bonus episode. The 10K. All of us are a bit buzzed.
The
10K thing.
Yeah, it's huge.
The 10K
really
thing
huge.
is a big deal. We're so excited.
15K on IG as well.
It's
15.
It's 15K on IG.
15K on IG.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're growing, and so thank you to everyone who subscribed. Welcome to mantalk.ke. What we're about is about positive masculinity.
This is true.
We are here to create a safe space for men and a safe space for women to come and interact with men so they can learn a bit more about us. So if you're in the comments, you're liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing, or you're on our Instagram, like, you're sharing, subscribing there, or you're on our TikTok, or you're on all the podcast platforms.
Any platform.
Welcome.
And because that's good, because there's some new people that have come in the last month. So yeah, that's basically what we're about. So today's topic, me time. Me time. It's broad, but I want to start with, as we always do, with a definition of what me time means to you. Okay. Like, as Oscar, when you say to somebody, I'm having me time, how does that look for you? Let's work with the definition, because I think it's, for every person, it's an individual thing.
Yeah. I think me time is a time when I get to develop a relationship with myself. It's a time when I get to understand where exactly I am in this journey of life and where my experiences have taken me and how my weekly and daily experiences are impacting my life and my consciousness. So it's basically me getting in touch with myself and building that relationship with me. Because I feel like my thoughts are, a lot of people in society today are constantly looking for other people to kind of create a gauge on where they are. And it's a very dangerous thing to do. So personally, that's what me time is. It's, how am I doing? Am I okay? Am I cool? Outside of everything, outside of my work, outside of my relationships, outside of my career, as a person, am I content with where I am right now? Yeah. So it makes me be present in that moment and just take stock of where I am. That's me time. So I need people to leave me alone.
So for me time is very similar. Because when I was thinking about the topic and the definition, my mind immediately went to like a weekend away, a spa, very intense and deliberate like activities to do with myself, right? Yeah. But then I would step back and I said, actually, me time for me is smaller moments. Like, it's the morning. I've taken those few minutes in the morning. Yeah. You were at my house the other day in the morning. I don't know if you realized, when I come back, I need to put on my music, be in my room, and just dance as I'm getting ready. Like, for me, that's a huge part of my day. Even in the car, when there's no one there, like that, when you can just think and go really internal. For me, I've realized me time is, it's the little moments in the day that I'm having a good time with myself. That's I think what centers me, my definition of me time. Yeah, so it's changed.
That's dope. That's dope. So I think what you've said there that like really resonated with me is having fun with yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's so
having
key.
Fun with yourself.
It's so key.
Because you know, a lot of people look for fun externally.
Exactly.
Like, fun for them is an external experience, and that the excitement of being yourself is often an external experience.
Yeah.
And this can be very, very dangerous, especially for people who are extroverted. You get what I mean? Someone who's extroverted actually feels the energy from interacting with other people. But they don't necessarily know how to like bring out that force from within themselves. So you know what that creates? It creates this external validation feedback loop.
Yeah, back to the feedback loop.
Exactly.
Like last week.
Exactly. So it's like, this person said they don't like how I look. So you take that, it affects you. This person said they like the way I look. So you know, like, if you're giving if you're giving to people what they're meant to, you're meant to give them, give to Caesar what is to Caesar, but also give to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you should also look at yourself and go like, yo, like I can dance on my own.
Yeah.
Like,
and we have a great time.
Yeah. And I have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Like for me, what that is for me is it's three things. One, gaming. Like when I fire up the PlayStation, I'm like, this is me time. Leave me alone.
Mic on.
Yeah.
War paint.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah, this is. You hear the guns. You hear the FIFA. Yeah. I just know that that's me time. That's how I take me time. Or when I go play basketball, also like because most of the time I'm doing it with strangers. And yes, it's external, but these people, like whether I play well or not is not not their business. Yeah. It's my business. Like, if I know like, oh, my guy today like hit 3 jumpers, dude, then I'm okay. Yeah. I'm good. I go back home, I'm like, I'm a bad one. Yeah. Like,
exactly. Oscar's relationship with the sport.
Exactly. Right? Oscar's relationship with the game of basketball, or like when I'm watching basketball or when I'm watching soccer. So that's probably why we don't like to be interrupted as men. Because it's our time.
And it's rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find those pockets.
Have you seen the video where, and gamers usually go through this a lot, like where a girlfriend is like, oh, you're always on your PlayStation. And then like the chick takes the PlayStation and breaks it or something. And then the first reaction will hear him says, I have nothing else.
Yeah. That's very key. Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing else. Like when you hear a guy say I have nothing else, that's his thing. Like the way for women, it's like going and taking care of themselves at the salon. For a lot of men, it's those little things that like are for them. Like that's their time. So please, that's what I always say. Like and we said this at the Hogwarts episode. Don't like allow guys to have their space. Allow us to do this thing on our own, because it's really, really important, because we won't be able to give you the same positive energy when we meet outside or when we are in a relationship together. I won't be able to analyze things objectively because I'm experiencing a stress that I've still not released. Yeah. So for me, it's gaming, basketball, my music, and sometimes I just I'm literally like this. I'll go to my room and just close the curtains and watch a movie and just like bum. Like on a Sunday, I'm just bumming. I'm like just if I feel like doing work, I'll do work. If I feel like that's me. Just leave me alone, and let me like sort out my space and my internal environment.
So you've said the Sundays where you just want to decompress, etc. Interesting, because we were talking about this, and we should probably let people know. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
How we are very different. You're an extrovert, I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
But the one symmetry we have is that we need that time. Like regardless of you being like energy, like feeding off other people's energy. For me, I like those like solitude moments in general. But on the Sunday, like we said, we don't talk to each other on a Sunday. We still need to decompress. I'm curious, right? I'm curious as an extrovert. When you're having the me time, are you thinking about the next interaction? Or are you actually like there? Because for me, when I'm having my solitude, I'm loving it. And like sometimes the thought of going back out there, humans again, is like, ugh. But for you, is this like, this is a temporary measure so that I can now go out?
For me, it's more of, I like to call it like lightning in a bottle. You get like, I need to bottle the lightning that I have, because I know that that's the amount of energy that I've expended all week, because I'm constantly like interacting with people, on the phone or working and coordinating things. So I need that time to be able to just empty the brain and just like return the lightning back into the bottle. So like the next week I can just use it all up, just working. And if I don't have it, trust me, I'll find myself, look for it. You get what I mean?
In other ways.
Either I'll just work, then an afternoon I'll sleep. I'll just go off. And it'll be out of my control. Like it'll be at a point in the day where I'm like, my guy, my battery is low. And you've always seen this. I don't know if you've noticed. Sometimes I usually tell you my social battery has reduced.
It's expelled.
Because it means that like I've interacted with a lot of people, yes, but I'm in that position where I feel like I need to stop for a second. I need to like, I might be having fun even in the middle of a party, having the time of my life. And but then my mind tells me, like, so take a second. Take a second. Whenever that starts happening, I know, I need that me time.
So basically, what the difference between us is that your social battery just lasts longer.
Yeah.
but our recharge time probably is the same.
Is the same.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you just
And when
go
we
for it.
recharge, it's I unplug completely. I don't want to be bothered. My phone is off. If I'm watching anime, I'm watching anime. If I'm gaming, I'm gaming.
Yeah.
If I'm just eating and watching a movie, that's what I'm doing. If I'm watching tutorials, if I'm listening to a podcast, that's what I'm doing.
So finding the key here is just finding what is your me time. Right?
Yeah. I always like to use the analogy of, in sports, if you're playing, let's say, a team sport like football or basketball, you have to find points of rest within the game.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
To
like,
be performing at your highest.
Yeah, to be performing at your highest. It's like, even LeBron James has to sit at the bench for a second so that he can come back and perform.
Yeah.
He has to hydrate. He has to, same thing.
Same
like,
thing.
you might be in the heat of, like, you might be in the most tedious part of your life, but like,
Or enjoying.
yeah,
both
or
ways.
enjoying,
Both
but like
ways.
find that space where you can go and like unplug for a moment.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, what's actually happening? Let me take stock of my time. And then like you return and the jumper is, it's nice and clean.
The key thing here as well, right? So we're talking about being out there and the people you're surrounding yourself with. With me as well, I find that it's the respect has to come from your surroundings too. Because that lightning in the bottle moment you have, for me as well, like the time that I need, if you don't have people around you that understand you and respect that, it can be very hard to even have those moments.
Yeah.
So like, I'll be in situation. I was actually with Rotimi the other day, and we were just saying how at a certain point in the conversation, like I'm done. Like you don't want to keep going, but you feel like you have to because that person doesn't understand that you've reached your tether. So you find yourself doing the fake smile and just reacting to that. Very passive. This is me a lot of the time. Just very passive. You drown them out and you just respond accordingly. Let the conversation keep going, and you're just waiting to go back and have your sort of moment with you. But now here's the key thing, right? So especially if you're an introvert.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a dangerous combination where you could be an introvert but not have a good relationship with yourself. So you're isolating from an unhealthy point of view.
Yeah.
So like in those moments, so imagine this, right? You're an introvert, and in those moments out there, you're not enjoying social interaction because you're like, when do I get to be on my own? Then you get on your own and you're like, I don't like being on my own either.
Yeah.
I think that for me is like the definition of unhappiness. So I feel like working backwards, even as an extrovert, right? Do you see what I mean, right? Because if you're not enjoying out there and you're not enjoying with you, when are you happy?
When you're fighting both sides.
Fighting both sides. So I think the key in all of this in terms of like me time and like taking charge is being able to develop yourself so that those moments, regardless if you're an extrovert or an introvert,
or in
you're
the middle,
happy
you're
there.
happy. Yeah.
So even if you're unhappy out here, you've always got that solitude. So it's like decorating your house, decorating your like within, right? Making sure when you come back to your home, you like the environment. That's a metaphor I'm talking about, like internally, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in your room on your own, you're not going to start just thinking sad thoughts.
Yeah. Do you know another thing of me time?
Yeah.
That I think is really important. Have you ever felt that therapeutic thing when you're organizing things in your room?
Oh, as a man with mild OCD, yes. Oh, yes.
That feeling like where it's like just you moving things around in your room. Okay, I want this way. I want this way. I need to throw this out. I need to. Sometimes like there are those of us who that's how they unplug. It's like it's me organizing my house, cleaning my room, and like there's someone interrupt you in the middle of that. Yeah. There's someone tell you, my guy, there's a party. Hey. So you even find that the phone is off. So you're dusting your room, you're making sure everything is in order and stuff. And that's like a very good example of me time. A lot of people think it's this all protracted thing.
I'm saying
like I'm thinking, meditating. Yes, meditation is a crucial part of me time, of course. But like I also think, like, just for the benefit of our audience, that it's not necessarily the deep things. It's that, just going for a walk or, just organizing your room and you don't want to be disturbed or just listening to music in your bed, reading a nice book,
those things
watching a movie.
Those things are a journey. Like even finding those things, like you mentioned the walk, and I relate to that so much because people might relate to this. I'm a people pleaser, right? So even if as an introvert, I'll take the hit and I'll go and I'll smile through it. But when I started finding methods that I like walking, like podcasts, I was like, wait a minute, why would I? I don't hate humans. This sounds like I really hate humans, but it's like, why would I now strain myself when I can spend that time like with me?
Exactly.
So it's changing from a people pleaser to like a me pleaser.
Exactly.
That was a big thing. And I think it comes with age.
And you know what starts to happen also? You become way more fun to interact with.
Yeah.
you start to add way more value to your own life.
Yeah.
Because you see, you've added a lot of value to yourself, and like you're exploring things that you are engaged with. So that passion bleeds into everyone else and everything else. Like everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, I see the Oscar, you're doing a podcast now. It's so interesting. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know you're that interesting. Because most of the time, if you're constantly, especially like this is a danger for extroverts. If you're constantly looking for validation from other people, constantly looking for that energy from other people, then you will rarely ever listen to yourself and listen to what you want. Yeah. So you see, that approval that comes externally is what like you depend on. But like when it's now you, it becomes crazy because like you're the one who's like giving that validation freely, giving that passion freely, giving that joy freely because you're happy with yourself. You know what I mean? So like you get so much more interesting. You become as a man way more attractive. Yeah. Because everyone's like, wow, look at the fruits that this guy's bearing. And everyone wants to come and have a taste, make some juice. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to blend some juice.
Lemonade.
You know what I mean? Because of the sauce that you have.
It's very true.
And so like I really encourage everyone to. I feel like there's a lot of negative positivity, and that's what I like to call it, like on social media about like, oh, you need to meditate, you need to do yoga and all that. I support that, but at the same time, you might find yourself in other ways, and you should be happy to find yourself in those other ways.
Yeah. So we're mentioning like the different types of me times you can take, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about the psychological being with yourself, internal thoughts, clicks, spoken word. But there is also a physical aspect for me, and I think choosing activities for me time that are healthy and positive are very key as well. Yeah. That even goes into, because here's the thing: you could try and have your me time, but your body's still suffering because the energy levels are low. Yeah. Hence the whole Jinsmin, hence the whole taking charge, hence the whole what you're putting in your body, regardless of taking the me time. Yeah. If it's not good, what's going in, after your me time, you'll still be exhausted. You'll still be exhausted. Yeah. So one thing I found as my me time, and this is very present, this is live. We've been talking about this all week, is like gym in the morning. Right? Yeah. Yeah, this is true.
I only feel so guilty.
Yeah, I know. This is for everyone. This is that morning, I've woken up, I go and I've expelled my energy and I start my day here. That's become one of my favorite me times. It started with, just me working out on my own, but now with other people, even though you're in that environment, that moment where it's the morning, Eric on the back of the camera can relate to this. It's the morning you're pushing, and the reason for me it's me time is, say if I'm doing some weights, right? And I know that I did like 20, and I know I did 15 reps like the day before. That me time is me doing 16. Because that's, the relationship with yourself, and you've left there in the morning thinking, I've done something better. Like that moment where it's a psychological thing. Can I push? Can I push it? And then you're proud of yourself. For me, those little moments in the gym as well are me time. Like curating those healthy environments. That me time, like going to, we say that this is what the ladies do more, but like going for a massage, like going for a facial, like going to the barber shop. For me as well, these little Eli moments.
Yeah, going to the barber shop.
The barber shop is huge. It's huge. And I don't think men should take it for granted. Yeah. And one thing I've tried to do as well is when I'm having those moments is leaving my phone alone. Yeah. Because I feel like it's hard to cultivate me time when you're still available and accessible.
Self-care.
Self-care should not have other people involved.
Yeah, bro. Right? Like going to the barber shop for me is mad. Like, and you know what I also noticed? I don't know if you remember when I had that really hectic time at work and I was telling you, like, I'm like, and it's still like, I still have to work like consistently. Yeah, yeah. And when I was trying to get that consistency, like I said, when I noticed, like when I visit the barbershop and like when I'm doing grooming, I feel so energetic. I might be having the most stressful week, but then like that, I take that like 1 hour, get that cut, get that beard trim, because I'm bald. So like getting the shave down and I'm looking at myself. Because like the truth about it is how you look when you look at yourself in the mirror.
Tell them.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, the boy is sweet today.
Gracious.
The boy is sweet.
Goodness gracious.
You walk into the office and you're saying hi to the secretary, hey, what's up? Oh my eyes, how are you? Yeah, you know that. Yeah,
the octave.
Yeah, woo. Hey, and like for me, I'm an extrovert, so it does a lot for me. Like, hey, you sit down on your desk and you're like, okay, let's get this. And then you wake up in the morning, it's like top of the morning. Like because you look at yourself and you're like, I feel good. And even when you're at the barber shop and like there's banter, yes, but then it's all to your time. I always feel like that is so empowering because at a young age, when you're in your younger 20s or when you're in your teen years, you don't really value that. For you, it's just a chore.
Yeah.
And I have to look good because I have to look good, you know.
Mine started very early. I was
like for a lot of young people, it's like a chore. You know, they don't really put much thought into it.
I can
like
imagine.
they're like, why is the emphasis on grooming when I'm young?
Yeah,
you know?
very true.
But like as you grow older, those values really create consistency. And another thing that me time actually does in terms of you scheduling the gym, you scheduling the barbershop visit, it creates consistency in your timetable. Now that's something that lots of people don't think about. It's like in financial management, it has the same impact as like tithe. Because you have to, for you to be able to tithe effectively, you have to budget your money.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that's the tell. That's what the Bible is actually trying to tell you. But like, for you to be able to have me time, you have to manage your time effectively. If you're not managing your time effectively, then you're not as productive.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It all
links. So like, if you're not managing your time at the gym, like if you're going to the gym or you're going to the barbershop randomly, you'll see that you'll have to move too many things around. But like when you make it consistent, you'll find that other things are structured around that, and you will find that you're way more productive for that reason alone.
For the sake of, to draw parallels, I think we've talked from the positive. To show the stark contrast and really put it in perspective, let's look at the negative side of that.
Okay.
Somebody not taking me time, right?
Yeah.
Not organizing themselves. How does that look? That looks like 3 weeks, you've not gone to the barbershop, you've not had a haircut. Yeah. You're tired because you're going to everything that someone invites you to. Yeah. And you've not had that time where you've decompressed. Yeah. That kind of person is the opposite of the other guy. So even your appearance, you're getting the bags. You look tired, you're unkept. Yeah. Versus the other person that said no to a few events. Yeah. That's, my phone is off for a while. Wow. And let's say it gets to 2 months. What happens to those people? This person, energy levels still excelling. Yeah. They're still taking a ginsmin, right? Their energy levels are here because they're taking the time to take care of the vehicle that's on the journey, like we said last time. Exactly. This other person, build up, bottle, build up, exhausted, explodes, ruins the relationship. He's taken all the time to cultivate.
And here's what happens. What happens. Attention to detail. Like a lot of the work that we do needs detail. It needs you to go like, second 10 of Mantalk is not clear. Yeah. Clause 16 of this contract, I don't like how it's been framed.
You start dropping the ball.
Yeah, you start dropping the ball. That call, that meeting, that thing you're supposed to send, things start to filter through the cracks because you're not as alert. Yeah. Yeah, you're not as alert. Yeah. And here's what happens also. You will automatically find time to recharge. Yeah. But it's not up to you now. It's up to your body and your mind. Body just reacting.
And the tithe thing, that's a lack of structure. That's sporadic. And say that moment comes when it's a crucial time. That crash comes when it's crucial. So now all the work you've done up until that point looks irrelevant because when it's game time, when it's the penalty you need to take, you're tired, you're not performing. Exactly. You don't score. Yeah. Right? I don't know why we always do football analogies, but they just seem to...
Yeah.
But it's true.
Success, whether it's financial success, career success, is a result of so many, is a byproduct of so many different things. It's a result of so many different things. And time management and self-care is one of those things. In fact, it's two. So what me time does is that it covers both your time management and your need to self-care. And you know what's crazy? Like if you're somebody who's like, you want to be more attractive to people, having that makes you like 1,000,000 times more attractive.
Bro, yesterday, when we were linking up and we were saying, what have we done today? And you said, you know what? I said, I'm putting my laptop away for a bit and I'm chilling. Yeah. And I said, you're actually glow. Like there's a glow about you. Like, just on the physical level, there's a glow about you. Now you're going to get into the whole...
I completely understand. Like when you said how yesterday I was like completely, like when we met, I was completely recharged. The reality about that is like I had to tell myself like, let me take a second. Because for me, I have to be as effective as I can every single day. And like one of the reasons I even stopped like, the partying and the being young is because I realized like the quality of my decisions is very, very important at this stage in my life. The quality. Will Oscar go to this party? Will Oscar pick up the phone with Eli? Will Oscar take this meeting? Will Oscar, will Oscar, how is Oscar servicing this client? Like all those decisions are really based on my own time management and that effectiveness. So I really, really encourage everyone, like make time for yourself. Put in some structure and you will become way more attractive to people, to your career, everything just will fall in place.
Yeah. There's we've touched on the whole introvert extrovert thing, and if people haven't been following us for a while, they didn't see one of my favorite episodes, vulnerability is strength, right?
Fire.
When I talked about how I went to that place, and I literally broke down crying. And that was the build-up we mentioned, was a build-up of people-pleasing. When I got to Kenya, I felt, okay, I'm building social capital. That means if someone says, Eli, come here, I turn up. There wasn't much self-care apart from the barbershop and my facials. There wasn't time. Like physically, I looked good, but internally, I was like strained, right? And then I got to that breaking point where, because of the people-pleasing, I sort of broke down, right? I broke down. So I think the journey of me time sometimes comes from experiencing that level of pain. Because I think my me time has become, I'm so serious with it now because I know what it looks like to not take it. I know what it looks like to build up and people please. So sometimes someone might watch this and try put this in place, but if it gets to that point where you said that it's built up and then you've broken down, look at that as a positive, because you're never going to want to feel that again. Because for me, I never ever want to be going out, like you're saying, going out, pleasing people, taking time to make sure, I'm at your event, oh, we're snapping, we're doing things, and then I suffer like that. So it helps you be so selfish. Yeah. Like that pain helps you just think, no. Eli
but there's
is
also
the
something there, Eli. There's also something there, not to interrupt you, but there's also something there in the sense that you are transitioning.
Yeah.
And you see, like transitions are painful. They're difficult things to do because you see, you're trying to build that social capital. Sometimes somebody's in a new job, they're in a new relationship, and it's strenuous because they have to get out of their comfort zone a bit. Like, you know, you had to, as an introvert, you had to step into extroversion.
Yeah.
And you see, you interpreted it as people pleasing, which there's an element to that, which is very true. But there's also the fact that it's stress.
Yeah.
It's just pure stress.
Pure stress. Yeah.
And if you don't take your time to like, wait, let's reconfigure the software to Kent, please.
Yeah. Let me go back to my river.
Kindly. You know, you might crash. And when someone has a breakdown, I always say, like, don't be surprised by it. It's not, you've had a breakdown, okay. It's not like the end of the world. Pick yourself up, let's keep going. Like, it's a signal from your body, from your internal, that everything's not functioning as it should. So take that me time and reset. And look at you now, bro.
Glowing.
Look at the boy.
Do you know, there's also the narrative of me time is so prevalent within the women's like community.
Oh,
right, so prevalent. Yeah, I'm taking my self-care Sunday,
you know,
massage,
hashtag,
you know, and they own it.
Yeah.
But even the word, it's probably weird us like people hearing two men talk about me time. Even the phrase me time, it doesn't really match masculinity. I want to touch on that for a little bit. Like for a guy to say I'm going for a facial, I say it with I don't care. I'm saying I'm going for a facial, I'm going for a massage.
But do you know
what I mean? Like those things. I think as well. There's a thing where we need to encourage guys to own that side of it as well, because it doesn't add up. So, okay, a masculine man, let's put it this way, a masculine man is supposed to look his best, you know, quote unquote alpha, I look my best, I'm glowing, I look amazing. But the lifestyle choices of that quote unquote masculine man don't equate.
It's a big
it's beer, it's pizza. If I'm a masculine man and I'm not going to look after my skin, if I'm a masculine man, I don't take that time to, you know, switch off and listen to some music. Like the other day, if you follow me on Instagram, like putting on like classical music, lighting some incense, having some tea, those things are not masculine. But if I take that energy that I've now created, right, I've decompressed. On a Monday, I'm a beast. Because I've done the quote unquote feminine thing of taking the time, like putting on the music I like, relaxing, right? Like, so that equation works. Doing the quote unquote self-care, it matches if you want to be a beast on a Monday.
Align your energies.
But if the other guy on that Saturday or whatever is out there partying, he's not going to be as effective with me on a Monday. And capitalism is going to reward me more because I've done the quote unquote female thing. So own the self-care, own the massages, own the skincare. They're taking a bit more time to shave. Like as a guy, I really want guys to do that because it's another
take
key
care
to
of yourself, my guy. Take care of yourself. And I know me time means a lot of things to different people. Like sometimes hanging with your boys is essentially for you. Like I understand that as well. Like sometimes hanging with your boys is essentially for you. but just be very wary that it's not an external validation metric for you rather than an internal thing for you. Because, if it's hanging with you, with your boys, it's you. What are you getting from your relationship with your boys? Like when you're going to watch a soccer game and you've left everything behind, leave everything behind and watch the soccer game. Like, get into it. Get invested. Get invested. United is losing. We are losing. Get in it. Like, feel it. Feel the passion. Like, it's okay, like, as a guy to do that and to tell everyone, when it's time for the United game, when it's Formula One, leave me alone. Like, hey.
Even if they're losing 4-0.
Okay. Okay. The boy said it on camera. So, like, get invested. Get invested. Like, don't feel like, you can be masculine and also make that me time. And, for you also, your energy is more, I want to light the incense. I want to chill. I want to play that. And that's also okay.
It's also masculine.
Yeah. That's so both sides of the spectrum, it's masculine. Let's, let's be sweet. Both sides.
Sweet boys.
Sweet boys.
Yeah. On the whole masculine thing as well, right? Do you find, because, I sort of work for myself. So my problem is I will feel like, maybe before, I'm definitely in a better place now. But I would feel a guilt because I know no one else is going to do this for me. The results are based on me. So sometimes there used to be the crash that I talked about. There used to be that decision of, I need to chill, but who else is going to make this money? Who else is going to send off this stuff? Who else is going to do an audit? Like, it was that decision when I had to be like, I keep saying this analogy of looking after the vehicle. Sometimes, this is now work self-employed, you'd be like, no, I need to make this sacrifice. The word as a guy is you think you always have to sacrifice. Sacrifice. Do you find that as well in now the corporate section where you sometimes, and because we're not perfect, you sometimes prioritize that because you're like, I'll get my me time eventually?
Are you joking? Is that a rhetorical question? Are you kidding me, bro? You've seen it yourself with me.
That's why I wanted to tell the story. This is a podcast. You weave the conversation.
Look at you.
To make
my guy, the amount I don't have like, and I told you this, I don't know. Sometimes it reaches a point I can't differentiate between a weekday and a weekend, especially with the coronavirus and us working from home. To be honest, it's a 7-day work week. It's not a 5-day work week. It's a 7-day work week because there's episodes to review. There's work to be done with my professional life. Then there's also a semblance of, because I will always say that it's important to have it, a semblance of at least a social life. A semblance of.
And we're just really being active with that now.
And we're being intentional.
Very intentional.
We're being with even the people around us. Like we're being extremely intentional because like it's not fair to us. Like we're shooting podcasts, we're working all the time, trying to increase ourselves, and then there's nothing else to us. You become this bland, character. So like it's very important, especially for me at this stage of my career, it's very important for me to make the sacrifices that I have to make. If I don't do it now, I'll pay for it in my 40s. So I'm trying to make all the right decisions at this stage of my life in terms of career as well. So I do sacrifice days, weekends. Like for me, it's like I always say, like I'm a 24-hour business. Like this business is open 24 hours. But for the periods that I've set aside to rest, if you see me and Eli Friday, dancing,
Just a little two-step in the corner.
I
like two-step.
A little bit. Just know we have earned that, and that's very important.
So key.
It's so key. Because that way I'll be able to recharge and like be able to take charge of the rest of my week. If I'm not able to do that, even if I'm living a corporate life, I'm like, listen, I'm working for me as well. And the quality of my work will improve when I'm back, because now it's like, now I'm doing this and I have to like literally compartmentalize my time. It's like, now I'm doing this. When I'm done, I'll do this. When I tell you I'll call you at 10, I'll call you at 10. I may call you at 10:15, but the call is coming. Like, I'm doing this. So for it forces you to be so present, and so intentional. Otherwise, just things start to fall through the cracks.
It's definitely a mind shift as well as on my side. And I have to shout out my mum for this, right? So the transition we mentioned, coming to Kenya, you're like, new environment, I need to make every bit of money in the city, right? So me and my mum, we worked very hard, like setting stuff up, right? But then we got to a point where we would be so stressed, we'll get home, can't even do dinner. This is before we had like someone to help us. Let's just order. And then we had to sit down. We used to call it our balcony moments. We used to go to the balcony and just like assess, analyze, like because she's running her business, I'm running mine. How's it going for you? And then we used to sit down and we had that realization. We said, we're working really hard, but life is happening now, Like today is happening.
Yeah.
It's happening now. So that like I've stopped waiting for I'm going to reward myself. Then I've started saying, listen, if I don't reply to the email, will I die?
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna die? No. Like, I need to enjoy it like now, because there's that, especially when we're young, especially being a man. That, like you sort of mentioned, I'm hustling so that when I'm thinking, you're gonna be tired.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tired. So I've really changed my like. I'm 29, but I don't care. I'll act like I'm retired sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I will have those moments where I'm doing old man stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad will always be like, when I was back in the UK, I was going. So for instance, one day I came back home and I said, he was like, "What have you done today?" And I was like, "Well, I woke up. We went to the gym, went to the sauna, we played some tennis, went to the pub, had some dinner, then went back, played PlayStation, came back." And he goes, "Are you retired?" He was like, this is what I should be doing. I was like, "Yeah, but I'm 29, but why not? Like, what life is happening now. Why should I wait till I'm 60 something to start having those relaxing days?"
Breathe.
I don't care.
Like breathe.
Money will come somehow. Like that's my mindset has really shifted. And that's literally come from my mother, honestly.
Yeah. Breathe.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you, breathe. Because there was once a point where I was trying to do that. Then I realized, the quality of my work is down.
Yeah.
Like I need to, because you see, when you're learning, it's very hard to learn from a place of stress.
Very hard. You're not objective.
Exactly. Because you're like, when you get that email saying, "Oscar, correct this, I saw this, do this is how I want this to look." For you, when you read it and you're already stressed, it's negative feedback. Yeah, it's negative feedback. Yeah, it looks like an incline. So it's very negative feedback. But like when you're in a point of rest, you're like, I'm calm, I'm objective. "Yes, sir, I'll get this done for you." It's "Yes, sir, it's fine. I'll get this done for you. This is what I have done." Because I can see the others, I can empathize with, this is a client that we need to service, and this is the standard that you want me to reach. And if I'm able to reach it, then I'll stick at that standard. So you see, you're not, but when you're stressed, you're constantly out here, there's that chick texting you, whatever she's texting you, whatever thing. I'm thinking, like, so it's just, you're literally like in this microwave.
Yeah.
Where work is stressful, your relationships are stressful, your social life is stressful. Just let it all go.
Yeah.
Relax.
100%.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Play some Frank Sinatra, kindly.
Come on.
Fly
me to the moon.
You fly me, you know what I mean?
Fly me to the moon.
New York. Play something. Calm down. Then, you open your laptop and it's now sweet.
Yeah.
It's a sweet experience.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
So that's what I've learned. Like as a man, like don't. And the worst thing is, it's also perpetuated by this, when I was your age, when I was 18, I was running 6 different businesses.
Shut up.
Quiet.
Shut up.
Relax, bro. Like, it's 21.
Yeah, everyone has their own
be calm. Yeah, it's me time. Even when I work, it's me time.
Yeah.
There's another thing. Yeah. Like, it gets to that place where when you're so good at something, like, even now when we're doing the podcast, have you noticed?
Yeah.
This is me time.
Yeah. It's enjoyable.
It's fun.
It's enjoyable. They call it flow in Japan. They call it flow. In the book Ikigai,
flow state.
It's called the flow state that you enter. So even if you're working, it's just you found the momentum. Speaking of momentum, that's like micro, but the macro of momentum is like back to the whole energy levels, right? The energy levels. I find that now I've realized in a work day, that kind of, we talk about, being introspective. When you're in touch with your actual body, so you can feel tiredness coming.
Yeah.
I feel like another place I've got to is I'm like, wait, I need to just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Even the way you work sort of changes.
Yeah.
When you're really conscious of how you're feeling. But if you're just grinding, not taking the time to, how am I?
Yeah.
So you can be like, I've made a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
Let me walk around in a circle for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me stand up. Let the oxygen
Let me breathe.
flow.
Let me make a coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And on the
ginseng in the morning.
that's what I'm saying.
That's up and down.
Find that balance and being in touch with your body.
That up and down.
Yeah. So man, me time is essential. I hope there's been some sort of value from that.
Yeah.
Like sort of sharing our own experiences, what meantime means to us, from the definition to practically at work and how we've applied it.
Is this the end of the season?
This is the end of the season. This was a bonus episode. I hope you enjoyed the bonus one. We normally do 8. We're going into next season with a healthy audience, healthy engagement. I hope that carries on.
Jesus.
It's been what season has been? What's been your highlight?
First of all, we need to remember that you came back this season.
I did. Yeah, episode
2.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. I think this has been one of my favorite seasons.
It's really like now, we survived the hiatus, the 5-month hiatus. Now you're back. Now there's a lot of consistency on set. As you can tell, Beryl is looking fantastic. The Kryptonian, the Kryptonian at the back, you know, he's looking great. You know, he's been drinking his ginseng. Everybody's just calm. All of us are calm.
Yeah.
You know, I think the next season for me will be, I can already tell. It's going to be crazy.
I have to say, honestly, for everyone that especially the months when we were away, you're having to watch a split screen.
Yeah.
Just thank you for like even sticking by
for
sticking that bit
by,
and just still sharing the content as well.
Yeah.
Right? That's if there's one thing we would request is the shares, because
Yeah.
we found that the conversations we're having, some people just don't know we exist.
Yeah.
And when you share and someone comes and says, "I just discovered you from," like the TMI girls, we love you deep, because so many people said, "Oh, I saw you on TMI." And now they're like, these are amazing conversations. So when you share and then something we say resonates with someone else, that's the reason we come here every week.
Yeah.
That's the reason. So I'd say, even on the back of this season, just share the clips.
Share as much as you
clips.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need as many people engaged as we can get. So if you like our content, please share, subscribe to it, talk about it, tell us what you think. Many like actually handle the social media, so we actually we see. So just do it.
And also, massive thank you to our sponsors, Ginseng, for even being about these kind of conversations. As we say every single time, they're about taking charge. And we've said this last episode, the one thing that I've incorporated with Ginseng is when I know there's a stressful week, I plan for it with my body. I plan for it with what's going inside. So I've been taking it now. I'm on my second week.
Yeah.
You're on your third.
Yeah.
And I've seen the productivity change, and I encourage you guys as well to try. Thank you for being part of these conversations, Ginseng. Thank you for believing in what we're talking about and being a brand that actually cares about this sort of thing getting out there on the internet. Because the internet is a dangerous place, but we're trying to make some positive changes.
Yeah, let's be that sweet space on the internet.
And the sweet boys in the sweet space. Oscar, man, it's been a pleasure. It's been a good season. Another banger. We're going to go into next season. I hope you stick with us. Peace.